How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. So on today's video, we're going to be unboxing, talking about some of the features and testing the all new Lokithor JP400. This is their newest jump starter with air compressor and also the smallest one that they have. So we have their JA400, which we'll just do a quick comparison size to once we get this thing unboxed. But before we do that, let's go ahead and talk about some of the features. So once again, their newest and smallest jump starter with an air compressor built into it. So this thing will jump start an 8.5 liter gas engine and up to a 5.5 liter diesel engine 25 times. Some of the other feature are it is a spark proof and has reverse polarity protection. So if you reverse the cables, it's not going to cause any damage either to the car or to the unit, which is great. And also has a boost function feature that will revive completely dead batteries. So I'm not sure if we're going to be able to test that feature, but maybe in a later video, a short or something of that nature, I will be able to test something along those lines. So moving on to the air compressors. So it ranges from 8 to 150 psi. And it'll inflate a 225/60/18 tire in under 9 minutes from completely flat, and a 245/55/19 in under 11 minutes. So great thing to have if needed. So we remove the sleeve. Once we open the box here, we just have the manual here, and going to take out the unit here. See what else comes in the box here. So it looks like we have a pouch for all the accessories, which is great. We shouldn't lose anything. We have a bunch of adapters here for different scenarios, so tires, some balls, and stuff like that. USB-A to USB-C cable. Our jump starter cables here. And last but not least, our hose for the air compressor. All right, so once again, the JP400 right here and the JA400 right here in the back. So a pretty decent size difference. So we have a full video on this unit already, so I'll make sure I have it in the description section down below if you're curious. But today we're not here to talk about the JA400. We're here to talk about the JP400, which is this right here. So we're gonna go ahead and power this up. This thing is pretty small, and we have a nice bright display here. We have our battery meter right over here. So we got 3 bars at this time. So we have a whole bunch of other indicators right in here. And we have our target PSI here if we wanted to change that. So let's just go ahead and mess around with some of these. So 8.5 is our starting point. So if we wanted to set it to, let's say, 36 PSI, we're going to go ahead and set that there. We're going to hook it up, and it's going to pump automatically till it reaches that 36 PSI. So we can see here we have 0 PSI. Well, that's because we don't have the hose attached to anything. So it is obviously detecting 0 PSI here. All right. And if we hit the mode button here, it changes to bar. So depending on what you use, here in the States, we use PSI. So we're going to go ahead and stick to that at this time. And we have our power button here, obviously, to turn on the unit with a light as well with 3 different modes. So this is a 300 lumen light. So a couple of different series flashes here, and then turn it off. And if we hold it again, it just turns on the light. So you can use this as a flashlight, or if you're out on the road and you want to alert somebody, obviously you could use one of those other synchronized flashes at that time. So here we have our cable attachment. All right, so you just essentially pull this in here. All right, and we are good. Slides in and out. Cables, not too long, but exactly what we need it for. and you could either leave those on or disconnect them. And obviously for storage purposes, it's probably easier that we just disconnect them. And nice seal here to keep anything from going there at the time. Over here on this side, we have our USB-C right over there, which is what we would use to charge it. Now, it does not come with a charging block, so you would have to get your own, which if you're like me, you probably have a ton laying around in your house. Or if you wanted to have a USB A to C as well, you could most definitely put it on this side and use this for, now this is only an output. So the USB-C does input and output, and the USB-A here only does output. All right, so like I said before, the unit does have a whole bunch of indicators here, and we should probably familiarize ourselves with them. So the most critical ones we're going to be using are going to be these right down in here. So this is going to either be PSI or voltage, depending on what you're doing with the tester itself. Now here we have the battery indicator of the unit itself. So it also auto shuts down, which is nice. So moving on, so right at the top here, we have a plus sign, if you can see that right in there. And that just means that the cables are connected backwards and keeping itself from self-destructing and causing any damage to the car and the unit itself. So right after that, we have like a thermometer, and that just tells you that the unit is too hot. Also, we have a snowflake, so that tells you the unit is too cold and you need to warm up the unit at that point. And the exclamation mark to the right of that just indicates that there is an internal failure in the unit. So at that point, you should be restarting the unit. And if it continues, then obviously something internal has failed and you should contact customer support. And right after that one there is hard to tell, but just needs to just tells you that you need to charge the unit before being able to jump start in the dead mode. So following that, we also have some indicators here for, I'll just turn this on. It'd be easy to show you because it is pretty not visible there with the light actually being on. So we're going to switch our modes here, and this is a car, so indicating that we're trying to fill up a car, tire, bicycle, motorcycle, and a ball. So the unit will adjust to whatever mode you have it there, which is great. So for today, we're just going to use my car tire as our test subject here. So we're going to use my car for the tire and the jump starting feature. Now, my car does not need a jump start, but we're just going to kind of see what it does while we do some stuff with it. So let's go ahead and jump to the car. So for the compressor feature here, we're going to go ahead and use my car. Now, you just put this in place and lock the lever over. Now, you're going to go ahead and turn on your unit here. So tire has 35.6 psi. We're going to go hit the mode here. So when you put into car mode, it just does bar. Now, if you do and use bar, that's fine. Here in the States, we use PSI. So when you switch over to bicycle or ball, everything is here under PSI. So we're going to go ahead and hit it one more time, hit it a second time, and we are set at PSI and 35.6 again. And you can move it up or down here to set it to where you want it to be, and simply press and hold pump. And it stops automatically. For my car here, my battery is in the trunk, so we do have some remote terminals here. So the positive is here, and the ground is right over here in the corner. So we're gonna go ahead and hook these up. Positive, positive. Ground to ground here, and we're gonna turn on our unit. All right, here we go. So we are good to go. We have 12.9 volts. So this could be used just as a voltmeter as well, which is nice. So let's go ahead and see if we turn these around, what happens. Let's connect these to each other first of all. So we can see internal failure. So obviously detect something is wrong. So let's wait for that to cancel out. All right. Let's reverse these bad boys. And right there. So nothing is happening. Everything's still connected. And the unit basically shut itself off, which is exactly what you want it to do. All right, so that's basically it for this. If you guys want to pick one up, they are officially on sale for just under $100. And as always, look for some coupons and stuff on the Amazon store. I'll make sure to have a link to it in the description section down below if you want to go ahead and pick one up. I think overall, for the size, it's amazing that this thing actually has a built-in compressor into it, which is great. So we have our cables, we have our compressor hose, we have a wide range of things you can use this for. So as a homeowner myself and a family man, obviously we have tons of sports that we're involved in, so I could always use something like this that is quite small in comparison to the bigger one, which I keep at work, which this one will also work great at work. So again, multi-uses for these jump boxes, especially this one being so small, you can literally put this thing anywhere. So that being said, I'll catch you guys on the next one.